halfway through November, a friend of mine linked me to the Digimon Digital Adventures Tabletop Guide, a system for playing pen and paper role-playing campaigns using the Digimon setting. I'd been having thoughts about wanting to run a campaign of something for a while, but it was this that finally caught my imagination. This is the one, I said. And so it was. The first step was to learn the system, and unfortunately for me, raw text was never my speciality for understanding things. I need to experience them, and as I plotted out the type of game I wanted to run, it occurred to me I'd need to understand character creation very thoroughly. This is the solution to that challenge, the Digimon Digital Adventure Builder, a program that runs in your browser and allows you to easily create characters for the system. I'll be showing that off today. Before I begin, though, I would like to take a moment to give a shout out to the DDA Comprehensive Sheet, produced by Coda1908, who is on the Digimon Digital Adventure Tabletop Discord with me. It's a really good tool for creating imagined characters, similar but different to my own. I feel like they hit really different specialities, but I think they're both very good and they can both find use in coexisting. You can find a link to this in the description below. Welcome to the DDA Builder GitHub. Using the DDA Builder, it's simple. You got a link to the zip file here, hosted on my Dropbox. You just download that zip file, you extract the contents to a directory, and you just have to open the file index.html in there in a browser. Has to be a modern browser, HTML5 and JavaScript, so it probably won't work on mobile. I haven't tested it on a mobile and I don't really intend to. It's fine as it is. But once you just open index.html, you have the builder open, and this is what you'll have. Alright, before we get into this, this page is static and not hosted on the web. It only exists on your desktop. So you can't save things in it and have it remembered by the browser itself. As soon as I refresh the page, boop, it's gone. Everything's gone. But that's what these buttons are for. Save character, save all characters, and load characters. Save character will save a single character that you have. Save all characters will save them all to the same file. And load characters will load as many as there are in a file. Files are saved in a simple text format, so it's fairly lightweight storage for what it is. Easy enough to share. In the DDA system, which is what I'll refer to this for short, you play as both humans and Digimon. There are complexities such as DNA and hybrid digivolution, but they're not really addressed here. The FAQ, which you can just check out here, gives some thoughts on them, but it can all be handled through this system. More in-depth control can be taken care of through the comprehensive page. So to start with, let's make a human. I'm going to begin with using actual characters from the anime to make characters, just so it's easy to understand them as I build. So we'll go with Taichi, leader of the bunch. The big banana, as it were. Human gets one of three age categories: child, teenager, or adult. What category that is going to depend on the setting of the game you're in. Your GM will probably tell you what you're going with. Each category has different starting allowances of stats and maximum stats, so it matters, but ideally you're all going to be playing as the same category. Anyway, to start with for Taichi, let's just go with a child. Boop, create. Alright, here we have a blank character. It may seem complex and number heavy, but it is quite easy to use in practice. To begin with, let's add a picture. Boop. And boop. I had a choose file dialog, your standard dialog for any browser, pop up in my other screen. That's where I selected this picture from. Pictures are automatically scaled, so you don't ever have to worry about a picture breaking the frame. It's all going to be good with that. Now, let's look at our creation points here. A human child will start with 30 points, so let's start distributing them. Humans have attributes and skills that you raise on a one-to-one basis using your creation points. Attributes are then used to calculate your derived stats. You can check the formula by clicking the question mark up here, which will give you details on your age range and calculations. And sanity drain and inspiration, you'll learn more about them by reading the actual document. On that point, before I begin assigning some points, I just want to make sure you understand this builder is not a replacement for the original document, this thing, This document is for a previous version. The 1.3 hasn't been made yet, but in time it will be. Right now you can find it on the Google Docs for this system, which will be in the links below as well. It's not a replacement for this. It's an addition. You have to have read over that system and know what you want to do, and this makes doing and managing it easy. Let's start adding some points. Taichi's a soccer player and full of determination, so to start with, let's give him some agility. Body. Oh, okay. Cannot increase a second attribute to the starting cap. We've hit something notable already. With your human characters, when you start, they have a starting cap. What this means is their starting stat can't be increased past this cap. But also, they can only have one stat at that cap, which is why when we try to raise body to 3 as well, it says, no, you can't do that. That's no good. So let's give some willpower as well. Post-creation, you can have multiple stats at your cap, and it's a different cap. For a child, it's 5. So if I were to click the creation complete button here, that would unlock all of the creation restrictions. So I would then be able to raise these stats as I wished. So for Taichi, I'm going to give his highest stat to body, not agility. When I do that, you'll notice wound boxes have increased to 3. Wound boxes have a minimum value of 2. It's your health. These are your health points. But they're a combination past that of your body attribute and your endurance skill. So as you raise those together, you'll gain more health. Now for skills. As part of his starting spread, I'm going to give him 2 to dodge, 2 to fight, athletics, endurance, feats of strength, and bravery. After that, I'll give him 1 to the remaining skills I feel he should have some proficiency in. There we go. Finally, let's pick a skill to make his starting maximum. I'm going to choose endurance just for the extra wound box. You'll see I still have 5 points left. So far we've spent 7 in attributes and 18 in skills. Let's do a little more in skills. I think survival can go at 1, perception, and decipher intent. But as you can see, decipher intent is not increasing, even though we have 3 points left. That is because of the area cap value, which specifies that you cannot spend more than this number of creation points in either attributes or skills. So I can't spend more than 20 creation points on attributes. That's the situation. So let's give 2 to charisma, 1 to intelligence, and I'm going to grab these 2 back for the moment. We'll sit on them for a little bit longer. Now let's do aspects and torments. A character starts with 1 major aspect, 1 minor aspect, and either 2 minor torments or 1 major torment. Aspects are traits of the character that can both aid and hinder them in games. For Taichi, he's a heroic type, so he's always charging in, but that can backfire sometimes. So you'll always be the first to rush in and take charge, but sometimes, that involves diving into risky territory. That'll give you a +4 or -4 on certain rolls at certain times. As a minor aspect, something that also changes him but not as much, let's say cares for those around him. He looks after others, but can be smothering sometimes. For torments, let's drop the 2 minor torments, and add a major torment. For Taichi, it would be an event in his past where his sister almost died. That's a weakness that will cause him to stress significantly while those in his care are at risk. So let's specify that. He's died. Taichi stresses greatly when those he cares about are at risk. However, even at creation, a character can have worked on their torments, and so we'll mark off 2 boxes. The cost of our final 2 creation points. To show Taichi's been thinking about this all the same. Finally, additional details. This is a catch-all text field where you can write whatever you want to further expand on a character. Don't be afraid to go into length with it. Characters go through a lot over the course of a campaign. You're going to be tracking a lot. Okay, next let's make some Digimon. I'm going to be showing off 2 Digimon, a Rookie and a Mega, of the Agumon line. So let's start. Just like with a human, we need a name and a category. For a human, it was age. For a Digimon, stage. To begin, the rookie level Agumon. As before, let's add a picture. Whoop, there he is. Now, before anything else, you'll notice we're missing some Digipoints already. 20 out of 25. Where's the missing 5? A Digimon has to start with 1 point in every stat. A stat can be lowered to 0, but not below. But before choosing qualities, which we'll get to in a moment, you have to have 1 point in every stat. So we pre-assign that as a matter of fact. That's just how it is. Let's add a line. This is more useful for GMs than players, as it allows you to group Digimon together. Once a line is created, it stays in the list. So we'll always be able to add other Digimon to that same line in future. You'll see that with our next. Attributes, family, and type are all descriptors that do not have immediate mechanical benefits, instead being things that may come into play in a game itself. We'll set these fields for Agumon and then move on to what's next. Size. A size is important, extremely important. Digimon can vary greatly in size, and this field reflects that. For Agumon, we'll say he is a small Digimon. You'll notice the body stat in the lower right increased when we changed that. You can see that both stage and size control features about a Digimon's stats. Remain aware. Let's apply some stats. Agumon is a powerful attacker, so I'm going to give him high accuracy and damage. Health is always important, so let's raise that too. Agumon isn't exactly armored, so I'll prioritize dodge over armor. With that, we have 8 Digipoints left, so let's talk about qualities. Qualities are where the fun is at. They apply custom effects to your Digimon and have an incredible range of things they can do. You purchase a quality, providing you can afford its cost, from this table. The DDA document describes all qualities within it, so make sure to use it to plan your build. For Agumon, let's take attack effect, poison, bear with me on this, charge attack, and combat awareness 1. That's a combined cost of 4, which has left us with 4 Digipoints. Digimon have attack, so let's get to that. Agumon's a classic. Pepper Breath we all know. And Claw Attack is a slightly rarer second. Both attacks are damaging, so let's mark that they are. And Pepper Breath's a range attack. Simple enough. Now let's apply tags. Many qualities add tags, modifiers for attacks, and that's what we'll be doing here. Claw Attack, which can be described as a lunge, I'm giving charge to. Now that charge is assigned, it's impossible to remove as long as it's part of an attack. As for Pepper Breath, let's give it poison. Why poison when it's a fire attack, you ask? Poison is only poison in name. It can be any kind of damage over time. Be creative. If you're burning, you're taking damage. That's how it is. Now poison, as you can see here, deals damage equal to the user's bit value, which Agumon only has 1 of. So let's spend 3 points and boost that up. There you go. Now that Pepper Breath's got some bite to it. With only 1 point left, let's boost our health one more time. More health never hurts. That's enough for a starter Agumon. Let's think about something a little bit bigger. Let's go Mega. A Mega Digimon has a whopping 70 Digipoints to start with, and we're going to use all of them. To start with, basic details. You can see our Agumon line is available here too. Multiple families can be set on a Digimon. It's not restricted to just one, so we can add as many as we want. We can also create new custom families if we want to or need to. Similarly, we have multiple types available. As for size, Wargreymmon's kind of sizable, but not the hugest, so let's go with large. You can see that immediately put our body up from 1 to 7. That's a bonus of 6. As for stats, their distribution is really up to you when you play. You'll gain a feel for it as you go. Don't feel pressured to meet some sort of imaginary window, just do what feels right. For me, I'm going to put health right up. Get some accuracy, damage and dodge. Do some armor. Seems good to me. Now then, qualities. Ultimate and above Digimon can purchase Digizoid qualities. Ultimate Digimon can only purchase Chrome Digizoid, while Mega and Burst, which I'll speak briefly on near the end, can purchase all types. Let's give Wargreymon red Digizoid armor for that flat +4 health armor, +2 health. There we go, that's some good stuff. For only 2 DP, we just gained 6 stat points. That's good value. Let's add some qualities. What should a Wargreymon have? Let's take Area Attack Blast, Area Attack Pass, Armor Piercing, Certain Strike, Charge Attack. Combat Awareness 1 unlocks Combat Awareness 2. Combat Awareness 3 is here, but we won't take that for now. Let's take Data Optimization Speed Striker. I believe that was Effect Warrior. We'll remove that. Speed Striker. You can see our data optimizations have disappeared because of that. You only get one. Flight, of course. A Wargreymon flies. You might notice as soon as we pick Flight, we now have that available. That's now a thing for us. Huge Power, always fun. Slayer. You know a Wargreymon. You know what it's got going on. And Weapon. After picking these basic qualities, though, you'll find they've unlocked some advanced qualities. Advanced qualities have prerequisites, and they are quite scarily powerful. From the advanced qualities, let's pick for ourselves Data Specialization, Hit and Run. Now let's make some attacks. Mega Digimon have 5 attacks, compared to a rookie's 2, which may seem overwhelming, but don't feel pressured to try and create full attacks at build time. You'll earn both Digimon and character points as you play a campaign, and you can apply those benefits going forward. For now, we'll just make 2, classics we all know. Terra Force and Great Tornado. Terra Force receives Blast and Certain Strike, meaning when it's thrown, it's going to hit something and many somethings around it. That's good. You'll notice I can't select Armor Piercing in this list anymore. Armor Piercing and Certain Strike can't be combined on a move until you buy the Signature Move, Advanced Quality, which we don't have available right now. Now for Great Tornado, this is a scary one. Combining these 4 qualities, Charge combines your basic move with your attack, allowing you to move and attack in one go. Pass allows you to go through multiple targets in one motion. Armor Piercing reduces the resistance an opponent has to your damage, and Weapon adds extra accuracy and damage to your weapon attacks. Great Tornado is a scary thing. I wouldn't want to get hit by it, I tell you what. As a final note, since we've taken on the Slayer quality, let's mark that down in the additional details. Wargreymon we know is a Dragon Hunter, so let's just mark Slayer Dragon. This means Wargreymon's Slayer ability will give a special bonus when attacking Dragon-type Digimon. Now let's use our Save All Characters field, and I'm just going to save these characters. You can see here I've saved a characters.json file. Now I can refresh this page, and whoop, everyone's gone. Oh no! But then if I select that file I just saved and load it again, everyone is back, just like that. Absolutely fantastic. Now, before we wrap up, I've shown you a little bit here, but let's do a little bit more. Let's instead go load characters to some I prepared earlier. Here is the Taichi and Orgamon line. Now we're talking. You can see I've got every stage defined here. They all have attacks. They've all got a full stat spread. It is good. Before I wrap up, I want to note the burst level Victory Greymon. Burst is a catch-all for anything greater than Mega, but of course there can be many things greater than Mega, and they're not anywhere near equal. That's what burst levels are for. By increasing your burst level, you gain more Digipoints, more wound boxes, more movement speed, more brains. Just burst level, the kick you get for that, it's big. You can see here what we've got on our own. These all grow greater. It's pretty wild. You'll increase your burst level as you need it. I wouldn't imagine getting too high unless you've got the craziest game ever going on. But just know that that's here and that's how it works. With that, that's really shown off how this Digimon Digital Adventures Builder works. You can find a link to the blog containing all the data for it down here. a link to my GitHub where you can grab it here, a link to the Digimon Digital Adventures Discord here, and a link to my Ko-fi here if you want to support my work. Check the description of this video for links to the builder, the DDA document, the DDA comprehensive sheet, and its home blog. Right, thank you for watching. If you end up using the builder or becoming interested in the DDA system because of this video, please let me know. I'm really excited about running a campaign for my friends, and I hope those of you who get the chance to take part in this game have a lot of fun too. Bye bye.